Hey, so I wasn't sure I would have time to get through the whole chapter and a half or so that I need to get through to get to the next point of divergence, but as it turns out, I'm wrong. We're already here. And in fact, there's not even really that much time. Well, actually, after today, I don't think there will be another divergence point, because we have to do this again. We can't take one of the other routes on when we split paths. Like, we have to go here. That's part of the ending. Which sucks that I did it the first time, because now there's two others that we don't get to see. But maybe I'll make a save there so we can at least see what the other two look like. So, realistically, this is actually the last divergence point until the actual, well, until 17. Because that'll be, like, actual endgame. And then you have to pick a path and you get an ending. But here we should split into a new route, so. But we're gonna do something different today. Maybe, probably. And then 14 should be the same along that route. Then we'll reconverge here. Then we have to take the same route through 15 and 16, and then 17 will split again. So honestly, we'll probably get up to around 15 or so by the end of today. I'll probably take some time over the weekend to play a couple more chapters and get us up to here, and then we'll just go until we're done again. But the point being, I played off stream again. There were more mock battles. I played them too. They were pretty good. This one was really hard. This one was really hard because you have to kill everyone within... You have to kill all the units within 100 turns, but they spawn like a ton of reinforcements. And you start on low ground, which sucks. The other one was not super difficult. It's in the Roselle village, and it's in the Roselle village, and it basically is like everyone else is on the rooftop and you have to deal with it. It's not that bad. Also, somehow morality is still my lowest. It's fine. That's fine. I did another promotion. This is gonna sound weird, but I promoted Medina. I know. But hear me out. She picks up recovery pellets when she grabs spoils. If she can find her own supply of healing stuff, she becomes useful. Also, I understand why everyone says she's good. Because her ultimate ability uses 10, like, basic HP recovery pellets, but it's a full party heal. Like, over the whole map. Which is pretty nuts. Use Giovanna a little bit more. She's getting to be okay. But I still think she's probably my least favorite of the three new characters. Decimal's kind of great. And so is Quahog. in terms of their stats, they're filling out. The stat sheets are the ability sheets are filling out nicely. Everyone is looking pretty good. Mostly everyone's missing like 1 or 2 abilities. Except for Flanagan, who's missing way more than I would think. And Maxwell could probably use some defense. But yeah, generally speaking, there's not too much left over to do. Yeah, Flanagan's in a weird spot on the map, in the arrangement, right? Like he's kind of in the middle. So if I'm going from like the left or right to look at what people need, usually I end up using something before I get to him. Yeah. But regardless, we're getting there. Everybody's getting there. All right, so plot-wise, what do we do? We left off yesterday, I want to say, here? Yeah, we finished with Silvio marching on the village. I almost lost, but then Groma carried and killed, like, the last 4 people by herself. So after that, it dropped us into 12. 12 is basically just find the pink rock. So we did that. We ran around the village. I went through some cutscenes. So we found the salt. We gave it to... we showed it to Exharme. Exharme brought us back. We showed it to Edor. Edor was like, what do you want? And we were like, support us in taking back the capital of the capital city, the crown city. And they were like, okay, we'll help. And then Aspharos starts ramping up aggression against Hyzant. And they send Erica out to... They send Erica out to basically send an ultimatum. And they're like, wow, they're not afraid of us at all. What's up with that? I guess they're getting ready to attack. Maybe we should accelerate plans to take back the capital. And so Lila and Milo show up and they're like, here's a magic bomb. And now we are deciding how to use the magic bomb, which will be the last point of convergence until we hit an ending. And it's not the last decision that you make, but it's the last decision where we actually have a choice. And what I would like to do is I would like to get enough people in here where we can actually have a chat vote on which route to take. But I actually started on time today, so I feel like people aren't quite in yet. So to pass the time, let's watch an optional cutscene that I'm pretty sure we've seen before.
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sicris.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders, but they'd already fled beyond our reach.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more sensitive texts. All they were able to make off with was a single book penned by the late Lady Orleia.
Orleia? She left behind a message of sorts?
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those wishes were forgotten.
Did we ever find out
Salazar
who
Erica
actually
must have
stole the
hidden
book?
from her. They derived no greater pleasure than from tormenting her. Do we know what was written in this book?
No. Storage records indicate it was protected by some arcane seal.
It must be of some
I feel like
significance.
we
If she
learned this
put
last
such
time, but I forgot who it
lengths to
was.
protect it from prying eyes. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation, for which she fought so fiercely. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses.
That's a lot
It
of
is more
assumptions you're
important
making.
That we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
Aye, Your Grace.
One thing that appears to be a major divergence, a major difference between the last time, they're still talking about creating the Death's Knell. But there was a scene before where Svarog and Gustadolf sort of face off directly with each other, and they're arguing with each other, and Gustadolf is like, you work for me now, or you work, like, you're gonna finish this, and you're gonna do it for me, and here's how it's gonna be, and he's like, ugh, fine. And we're getting dialogue here in some scenes that I've watched that seem to suggest that Svarog is working on the Death's Knell independently, and Gustadolf is aware of it, and that Svarog is specifically using it as a weapon to be used against Gustadolf rather than for him and under his employ. I mean, that's a good observation, but I don't remember making it. Was that yesterday? Oh, yeah. I did talk about this a bit in the podcast. That's true. I kind of forgot because we talk about like 8,000 different things in the podcast. So, here's thoughts on the Elfric.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great.
Mm-hmm.
The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it, no matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Teleor Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Esfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate?
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Teleor and flood the town?
Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships, and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy? Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
So hi Nova, hi Nahamaha. You've missed nothing. I spent some time basically talking about what I did off stream and also talking about how few points of divergence there are left. So we'll probably go through as much as we can today. Then I'll play up until the final choice in chapter 17 over the weekend and probably come back on Monday. However, I am very curious what everyone would like to do with this decision. We chose to negotiate and destroy the bridge, and that's what led to Operation Yeet. In which we just rocketed people off the side of the bridge over and over. There is a part of me that deeply wonders how atrocious things get if you destroy the dam. And if it really doesn't affect things later on, somehow, I don't know. I mean, it is so objectively the most morally unjustifiable action that I'm just absolutely fascinated at how we do that, and the game just lets us continue going. However, how about a vote? It is absolutely just morbid curiosity. It is objectively the morally wrong thing to do. 1000%. I'll run this real quick because I think there's only going to be a handful of votes. So, yeah, like, I don't... It's like the morbid curiosity of doing a No Mercy run in Undertale, where it's like, oh god, everything hurts, this feels so bad. But content, though. Okay, that seems pretty definitive. All right. Let's do a sneaking mission. Like, what does it even look like if you just make all of the, like, all of the most morally questionable decisions? How's your father doing? His condition is fine. Apparently, my morality score is still the lowest. Wait. I remember seeing Lord Simon on the day you were born. He held you in his arms like you were the greatest treasure in all the realm and announced that he'd been blessed with a healthy baby boy. Given context we now possess, that sounds like bullshit. Yeah, you did a great job. Keep working hard. Thanks, I guess. Hey, do you have stuff that I can use for upgrades? Oh my god, you do. Give me all of it. And I'm completely out of money. Delightful. Outstanding. Since the fall of House Wolffort and Telior, many of their people have fled here to Wolffort. Refugees have come to live. Fights are breaking out. Accept them! I should warn you, the domain's resources will run dry soon. People's discontent continue to grow. Don't worry about it. I kind of feel like we've sort of taken the evilest possible path. Aside from, like, still keeping us out on the golden route without, like, precluding us from that. Oh, I haven't really... Here's the roster. I did a couple of missions. Groma still standing strong. The level spread is now 43 to 46, with the median being 44. Zestro was married to Simone after she got pregnant, but before he was born. Okay. Yeah. That does actually make sense then. Okay. That explains it. I don't think there's anything else to find out here. But I'm glad I came out to look around, because we got to buy stuff. Alright. What are we doing? We're infiltrating. Huette and Roland want to do that, so we have to convince everyone else. Benedict!
My lord.
Negotiating will grant the enemy reprieve, blah, 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 blah. Flood the city! Interesting. Still won't easily be swayed on the bridge plan. Should listen to reason. Why Prince Roland's plan? Even if Aspharos knows of the tunnels, they won't be expecting anyone to use them. We don't know that. The tunnels are a royal family secret. I highly doubt Queen Cordelia would have divulged them to anyone. We also don't know that. Aspharos needs their ships for both travel and transport. It would do us well to destroy them at the soonest opportunity. That is a great point. Nova, I can't do upgrades because I spent all my money on the materials for the upgrades. But also we can do it after the scales. Dushy's warships are troublesome indeed. Aspharos is adept with ships and naval warfare. Even if my plan were to succeed, there's a chance that a great number of enemy soldiers escape using these vessels. In which case, it would better serve us to take them by surprise. But we gotta consider it from all angles. Let's continue our discussion. Taking the enemy by surprise may grant us a swift victory and reduce the burden on the people. I mean, that's literally what Aspharos did to us to take the capital in the first place. It's the literal exact same thing. They swept in one night, won instantly, and the people were like, oh, okay. I guess they took over. More time our plan takes, the more likely Queen Cordelia is to be taken hostage. If we sneak into the castle, we may be able to help her escape. Allowing harm to befall the crown city and castle would sully House Wolffort's honor as one of the high houses. We should avoid flooding the city if we can avoid it. I think Benedict has long stopped caring about honor. This seems like the argument you make to Benedict. You have taken everything into consideration, even how this plan may affect governance hereafter. As a tactician, my thoughts are focused solely on winning the battle, but as a leader, you must think of much more. I see where you stand, and I'm sure your father would agree. You are a worthy lord for your house.
I may have to consult the others.
You've made your stance abundantly clear. Moved. GG. Eridor? Destroying the dam is our best shot at winning this battle. The enemy wouldn't know what hit him if we flooded the city. But the other plans have their merits too. Should you go with the best bet or consider one of the other options? Listen, Eridor. Listen. If we sneak into the castle, you get to hit people with your shield. What makes you so sure? Infiltrating the castle is proof of Roland's resolve as a member of the royal family, and as his vassal, I wish to stand beside him. Or the same thing we said to Benedict. This is a better answer, but Eridor might care about this answer more. I mean, Eridor is a man of war. He's a man of battle. He'll understand this, right? So you're thinking ahead to our battle with Gustadolf, huh? It's true, those iron ships give them a special edge in warfare, so destroying them now would not only prevent them from escaping the castle, but also put a dent in the duchy's military might. You're always one step ahead, lad. I'm proud of you.
Tough spot we're in.
You opened my eyes to the merits of Prince Roland's plan. It's given me lots to think about. Alright. I mean, he was undecided, so I don't think we had far to go to sway him.
Yes, sir.
The enemy may already be aware of the tunnels, but no one is anticipating a flood. Capital is swarming with us frosty soldiers. We must prepare ourselves to make sacrifices if we are to reclaim the city. Okay, but no, though. You share Prince Roland's thoughts, even though Esfrost might know about the tunnels. Only the royal family knows of the tunnels. There's no way Queen Cordelia has revealed their location. Again, cannot guarantee that. The flood would destroy the crown city where, for all we know, Queen Cordelia could have tried to escape through the tunnels and been discovered in the process, at which point they're like, what the hell is all this? And then they know about the tunnels. She wouldn't have to tell them. All she'd have to do is divert her eyes to where there's a secret entrance to a tunnel and have someone follow her gaze if they're astute enough. There's any number of ways their location could be given away. So, saying, oh, she'd never tell it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Flood would destroy the crown city, whereas stealing into the castle would spare the people harm. I can think of no one better at covert operations than you. I mean, flattery? The enemy is scattered throughout the city and castle. Inside Whiteholm, a small and elite force would have the advantage over numbers. It's definitely 2 or 3. This one feels too... This one feels like you're trying to flatter her, and she'll be like, seriously? This is a more tactically sound assessment.
Indeed.
I see. You already know where the enemy is situated, my lord. It is as you say, numbers would mean not in the castle's narrow passageways. We could certainly use that to our advantage. Even if we were met with General Evlora's forces, we would be able to fight her on equal footing.
I need time.
The plan is hardly foolproof, but is worth considering. Okay. That's a good point, Chaos. Roland may well have escaped through the tunnels, and they found them during that as well. Yeah, exactly. It's not a spy mission. It's just sneaking in to start a fight. All right.
Ah, yes?
Benedict's plan gives us the surest path to victory, but will incur great damages to the capital. Prince Roland's plan is far too dangerous to gamble. Call me naive, but I believe Frederica's plan to be the best for all of us. Like, we should destroy the dam to cleanse the crown city of Vius Frosty. Like, even the language used for this plan is like low-key evil. Why would you choose Prince Roland's plan? Well, it's because chat told me to. If we sneak into the castle, we may be able to catch the enemy unawares, rescue Queen Cordelia. His plan would allow us to reclaim the Crown City unharmed. We could show the people that we mean well. Yes, but so does Frederica's, which is the side that she's on. It's really hard to... It can be kind of hard to... Like, I can't peg Gila and where she is on a lot of these decisions. Like, in some situations, she seems almost as coldly practical as Benedict or Anna. Like, Frederica's concern is always people, right? It's always we should do whatever we can to, like, limit casualties and take care of people. Find the most peaceful solution. Gila tends to be a lot more like, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. So I feel like this is the right thing. I would expect this to play better with Frederica. This doesn't make sense because I'm trying to talk her out of a plan that also allows us to reclaim the Crown City unharmed and show the people that we mean well. I feel weird about using this one again because I've used it on everyone else, but it is true.
Yes, I see.
It's weird because it feels like you should sort of choose your lines of debate differently for each person who will be receptive to different arguments. But sometimes there's just one that's like, this is a good point. Say it over and over. Even if we reclaim the capital, our fight with Esfrost will continue. By sinking their warships, we could deal a heavy blow to their military might. Destroying them now would be in our best interest indeed.
I require some time to think.
It's more to consider. Hey, girl. How's it going?
Serenoa.
A nation cannot exist without a people. We cannot risk exposing those very people to any more hardship than they have already endured. If we explode the bridge, we can isolate the castle. The people will be spared from the battle. Like, better luck talking to a stone wall. Absolutely, she will not be talked into this. 0.0% don't even try. Let's do this. Do you truly think Roland's plan is the best way forward? His plan is simple and relies solely on House Wolffort to reclaim the city. We've successfully infiltrated the castle using the tunnels before. I've no doubt we can do it again. The fact that we've done it before is a good reason why it would not work. Honestly, Nova, I love that. I love that there are certain decisions where it's like, even before Endgame, where everyone stands really strong on their own decision, even before that point, there are certain things where it's like, I'm not doing that. No, you save your breath, say less. Do the thing that's just like what Hyzant wants to do to your people, but to the Esfrosti. Ow. General Evlora guards the castle. There's a chance your plan could result in a prolonged battle. See, this is the right choice because it's like, what if it actually costs more lives?
Surely.
Indeed, General Evlora is unlikely to give up so easily, even if we had the castle surrounded. She actually left on a ship. And then we had to fight her on a ship. And a soldier as experienced as she is, she is likely to have a few tricks up her sleeve. I doubt negotiations with her would go smoothly. The battle draws on, the people will suffer. It may very well avail us all to end this fight as swiftly as possible.
I need a moment to think.
All right, cool. I feel good about that. I feel like everyone was like, yeah, no, that's you right.
It is time to cast our votes.
Negotiations went so smoothly, we stabbed the queen.
In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook?
Boop, 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 boop. Sweep. 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 Yeah! Everybody's on board.
The way forward is decided. We infiltrate the castle via the hidden passage and take the enemy by surprise.
You will steal into the castle and defeat their commanding officers. I see. So Wolffort chooses to walk a wicked path.
Oh, shut up!
That makes you no different than Esfrost.
We do not regret the choice we have made.
Then it is time to see it done. It may very well be our best chance at victory.
Oh no, it's not honorable.
I must return to Hyzant and see Minister Kamsel. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
Oh no, how dare! This invading army who snuck into your capital in the middle of the night and killed your ruling family. You should meet them honorably on the battlefield. Shut up, Exharme!
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Minister Serenoa. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now.
See, he's not wrong about that!
For a young standard bearer to guide them.
A standard bearer?
Yes, people like you and me.
Dragan said stuff like this too.
Opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
I imagine with blowing up the dam, it's like, I see. So, House Wolffort chooses to... Wait, what the fuck did you say? You're gonna do what? Let's put that in a new thing, just in case we want to look at it later. Just in case.
House Wolffort and Hyzant join forces and begin planning Glenbrook's recapture. But with the Norzelia River and the Esfrosti armies in their way, retaking the capital will be no easy feat. Roland proposes they infiltrate Whiteholm Castle and take out the enemy commanders. Though a risky gambit, it is well worth it if they can destroy them all in one fell swoop. Serenoa and the others agree to the plan. In support of House Wolffort, Hyzant's great army marches forth for the first time since the Salt Iron War.
I mean, except for that time, like, last week. Except for that time last week when they marched on the Roselle village.
Prince Roland, there is something I'd like to ask you before our mission.
Then ask it.
Why do you really want to infiltrate Whiteholm Castle?
Oh. Ulterior motives.
To prevent needless harm to the capital, of course.
That's a lie!
And to exact revenge with my own hands.
You are lying!
Is that it? Roland, you know you can confide in me.
I want to save Cordelia.
Why would you?
She's bound to get caught up in the violence if we launch a full-scale attack. But if we can sneak into the castle, we might be able to get her out. I know this is a war to reclaim our kingdom, but I cannot rid myself of such selfish desires. Contemptuous, is it not?
No! It's totally understandable! No, but not the time you're thinking of. Earlier today, I ran through the whole thing where, like, they're when they demand that you send the Roselle back to the source and then you say, like, no, we're not doing that, they send the whole ass army with Exharme out to force the issue. That's the part where it's like you have to find the pink rock salt. And then when you go to parley with Exharme, like, literally the entire village is just surrounded by soldiers. And it actually shows, like, the 3 triangles for, like, all the full army.
I understand.
And Sorceley's dead by that point.
Perhaps it would be easier if we could but purge ourselves of our hearts. But as your vassal, nay, as your friend, I would not want the company of one so void of emotion.
Benedict?
We will save Queen Cordelia. Together.
My friend, I cannot thank you enough.
This, I feel like Cordelia's gonna get stabbed anyway. Somehow. Like this whole thing about, oh, we have to save her.
It would take one blast crystal to destroy, and their escape route with it.
Heard Hyzant send in a massive army. Are we gonna be alright without the Archduke?
I wouldn't worry. Not with General Avlora on our side.
Her I trust. Thalas and Erica, on the other hand, huh.
Shh. Not so loud. Who knows what they'd do to you if they heard that?
I have some ideas.
So Gustadov isn't here, but Avlora, Thalas, and Erica are.
Where does she go? I mean, it's like cool ninja shit, but there's no place above. Where is she jumping to?
Minister Serenoa, Minister Camsell, and myself have brought what troops we could muster.
I am grateful for the reinforcements.
As you should be. Hyzant hasn't mobilized this large of a force in 30 years.
There's no need for delicacy with this many soldiers at your disposal. We could fell the enemy with a frontal assault. Though it seems you have some other ideas in mind.
We do. The city and its people will suffer greatly should we brute force our way in.
Instead, we will infiltrate Whiteholm and take out the Asfrosti commanding officers.
And how do you plan to do that? Via some secret passage none but you are aware of?
Yes.
Just so. The same way we snuck.
Wait, how did you know?
An effective strategy, I'm sure. Though recent intelligence suggests Gustadolf has returned to his homeland.
In which case, we shall target Prime Minister Thalas and Erica, and General Avlora. We'll have Milo destroy their ship with the blast crystal to prevent them from escaping.
What a devious trick. My favorite kind.
The castle will be easy to take.
I think I like Milo. I'm still not sure.
We shall do it your way.
We would like the two of you to distract the Asfrosti forces with your armies.
When their attention shifts to the front, we will slip into the castle.
Very well. May fortune smile upon us all.
Yeah.
Hyzant's forces have entered Castle Wolffort. It won't be long until House Wolffort makes their move.
Yeah, that's exactly. Hyzant hasn't mobilized a force this large in 30 years, except for last week when we had to complete the ethnic cleansing.
Meaning they're coming here. It's hard to believe they'll soon be in the capital again.
My queen, I must advise against considering them allies. Lord Serenoa is now one of Hyzant's saintly 7.
I didn't ask for
they're
this.
Raising arms against the seat of their former sovereign. They want justice. They want the royal blood that runs through your veins.
So you think they seek to make a puppet of me as well?
I do. But you needn't worry. They will not breach this castle so long as I protect it.
Indeed.
A battle is upon us, but fear not. I shall protect you.
General Avlora speaks true. Yet I still want to believe in House Wolffort. Brother, give me strength.
Hyzant and Wolffort begin to put their strategies into action. To draw the eye of the Asfrosti forces, the Hyzantian army encircles the crown city of Glenbrook.
It's time for a siege.
Serenoa and his retinue, Elfric in hand, will steal into Whiteholm Castle.
Hyzan's forces are on the move!
They're coming for the capital! To your stations!
Minister Exharme's created quite the distraction for us.
Let's make for the harbor first. Anna says there's only one longship there. We can use the blast crystal to sink it and cut off their retreat.
So, wait, hold on. I was honestly expecting there to be some pushback on the whole, like, what if they know there's a tunnel and sealed it off? What if they, like, what if the tunnel is guarded? What if it's a trap? What if they're expecting it? We have hand-waved all of this and are now just in the courtyard. I guess it was fine. The tunnel was fine. Great news, everyone. We have any? No, we're good. You know, I can't in good conscience look at what Avlora is saying and assume any differently.
There are fewer soldiers than I expected.
Like, realistically, seeing another, like, Avlora has gotten to the point where she respects Cordelia and wants to support her as a sovereign. And she knows that Gustadolf is treating her like a puppet queen. But, like, but she's also as frosty, and she's like, you know, these are the people that are like that I work for, that I'm under control, that I you know, have under control. And if you let them take you over, your circumstance is not going to change, and I won't be here to help you. But they'll do the same thing that Gustadolf is doing, but you'll lose my support. And also, they all think Roland's dead, so there's that too. Yeah, they really should have found... We literally, like, they said it multiple times. We've already used the secret route to infiltrate the castle. They've had what appears to be weeks, if not months, to wonder why and how and do something about it. But okay.
They want us to load up art and jewels from...
That's a good point, too.
What nonsense is this?
Lady Erica commanded it. I'd wager she plans to cut and run if things get real ugly.
That's very, very true. The story that they currently have is that House Wolffort killed Roland and threw him in the river so as to not have to deal with him. That we betrayed her brother and Serenoa's best friend for political gain. That's what she thinks. And because that's what we essentially, that's the message that that's the announcement that we made.
It's ridiculous, I know, but imagine what she'd do to us if she found out we disobeyed.
God, fine. Get the bloody merchants.
Perfect. I'll disguise myself as a merchant and search the ship. Once I find out where they've stationed soldiers, we can get Milo aboard.
Let me go. They won't look twice at me.
Why?
I would rather you not take that risk, my lord.
What do you mean?
You and Eredor have too much gravitas, meaning I'm best suited for the task.
What do you mean?
The task I need you for won't come until later.
I understand. Good luck then.
You are the literal face of your house.
That man will stop at nothing to win, will he? Consider me charmed.